case. I did. Chats. This is one I've been holding on to. I've been wanting to do this. So yeah, Coffee and Kitboga did a collab about a week ago. And so it's in regards to a romance scammer. So, Coffee and Kitboga are both content creators that we love, that they are all about busting scams. And the fact that Kitboga and Coffee are together means this is probably going to be big and it's going to be good. So, let's dive in.
A 62-year-old quadriplegic died, causing her daughter to call me with an impossible case she wanted me to solve.
Jesus!
I reached out to you because I'm a longtime follower of your channel. Last week, my mother had passed away. My brother and I were organizing her affairs. We discovered that she had been a victim of a scam. Appeared to be a romance scam of some sort that had been going on almost 2 years, since December of 2023 is the earliest that we can find evidence of it. She ended up in this scam sending more than $10,000-$15,000 in Bitcoin crypto to a scammer who she believed to be a Hallmark actor. My brother and I are not familiar with Hallmark movies.
Oh, fuck. It's another Brad Pitt type scammer. Oh God, we saw this before with the woman in the UK that drained her bank account to pay, to give money to whom she thought was Brad Pitt. And then there was again that one that we saw even more recently, which, well, actually that wasn't so much of a scam, but I was thinking of the Japanese one, or Chinese one, but that wasn't a scam. She's my newest streamer. No, yeah, this is the fucking Brad Pitt scam all over again. I have to wonder if it's the same fucking person. Is it the same person that was doing the Brad Pitt scam that was doing this?
So we didn't recognize the name of the person that was messaging her. She had been getting these messages pretty much since the day that she passed. Hey, where are you? I miss you. And then as the days went on, it started to get more pressing, like, hey, I'm worried about you. And then there were romantic terms that started popping up, like, baby, I love you.
God.
Now, from the moment I heard this story, it was heartbreaking, but I also thought it could be impossible, and I didn't know if I'd cover it for the same reason I almost never cover romance scams, despite them being a billion-dollar-a-year industry. It's because when a romance scam is done right, you can never find out who's behind it. But three things made Erin's case different. One, she was organized and archived all her mother's emails and payments. Two, the scammer didn't seem to know that her mother was dead yet, which I thought we could use to our advantage. And third, the scammer knew her mother was quadriplegic the whole time and exploited it.
They acknowledge it over the email, and they're like, we understand you're on SSI and disabled, and my mom gave them way too much information about herself, which just made her a prime target. She's like, I'm bedridden, I'm in and out of the hospital, I have a fixed income of X. She just unfortunately gave them a lot of information for them to use against her. And so she's been in and out of the hospital for the last year, and they have been hammering her over email to make these payments, or else she'll lose access to this Tyler Hines guy.
Now, full disclosure, this doesn't make it easier to track the scammer, but it does really motivate me to know how awful and evil this whole thing was. This person knowingly exploited a disabled woman. And it was at this point I realized I had to take this case, even if I knew it was probably unsolvable. My dream here is to find the people responsible and go after them and expose them for what they're doing.
Yeah.
God, where do we think the scammer's out of? Where do we think this scammer's operating out of? Out of pocket. What are you thinking? Where do you think they're operating from out of pocket? You think it's India? I don't know. It's impossible. I mean, that's first blush, yes. However, with this type of scam, it's not restricted to India like you see with the refund scams. This could also be Africa. It could be any number of Western nations. It could be the US. It could be Germany. It could be Canada. like with romance, like we always think of India or even Africa, in regards to the the refund scams or the IRS scams. We those are pretty much always like India or Africa, although primarily India. With the romance scams, that takes more finesse. Romance scams like this definitely take more finesse. You need to have a firmer grasp of the language, especially if you're going to be impersonating an actor. You definitely need to have a better grasp of the language, and you have to be creative to be able to put on the persona of this individual who is so deeply in love with your victim. And realistically speaking, the scammers out of India and the scammers out of Africa don't have the grasp of the language, and they don't have the skills. So I'm thinking this might be from a European country or perhaps North America somewhere. That's my guess.
I support that fully.
Yeah, and so it's just going to be a hunt. I mean, there's no promises because these people have basically had to mess up, which is not guaranteed.
Yep.
And then the second part of this is that if they haven't messed up, then what we're going to try to do is catfish them.
Time to bring in the big guns. It's entirely possible it could be Quebec. It's again, this scam feels like, first blush, it feels like it's either going to be a European country, UK, Germany, possibly France, or a North American country like Canada or the US. That's my first blush feeling on it. I don't think it's going to be Russia because I don't think they have the skills necessary for the romance part.
Now, before we can find and expose the scammer responsible for all of this, we have to do a review of the evidence and what we know. Let's start with who Aaron's mother was. Your mother was quadriplegic. She wasn't always. Actually, I saw an interview with her on the Food Network where she's, kind of bright and peppy and, making candy for kids.
We keep our eyes peeled for any kind of candy and add a little harmless mischief to it.
Our mother was a force to be reckoned with. Mom ran marathons. She was a very accomplished person, both professionally and personally. And so it was really devastating to her and her ability to control her life. Our mom was a rather competitive former gymnast, so always loved to throw a backflip or two. And just on an unfortunate day, somebody crossed her path and she ended up landing on her neck, and she was paralyzed at that moment from the neck down completely.
God.
She lost all ability to care for herself, down to determining her ability to take a sip of water.
And this is when she found the internet, where she started to spend a lot of her time.
Going from a person who ran marathons to sitting in a bed with no free will was not easy for her by any means. And so we were happy that she was able to get on the internet and talk to folks on Facebook and really just have those outlets. And it's really disappointing that it ended up being exploited against her when it was one of the things that probably brought her the most joy in her life, towards the end of the years when she wasn't able to do much else but spend some time on the internet.
So that's what we know about Deirdre, but who is her scammer? Well, we don't have a clue, except we know who it's not. It's definitely not a Hallmark actor named Tyler Hynes. We know that because romance scammers never use their own real names. They use well-known celebrities. And given that Tyler Hynes is a well-known Hallmark movies actor where he usually plays romantic leads, he's a commonly impersonated target, to the point where his actual Instagram bio reads, "Please stay safe from scammers. I don't private message anyone," which is just heartbreaking to read in hindsight.
The fact that he has to put that is
as of
insane.
several weeks ago about romance scams using his likeness with AI-generated photos and audio. Sadly, though, this warning came too late, because reviewing the photos, our scammer definitely sent Deirdre AI-generated photos, with one even having Deirdre's name on it with Tyler Hynes holding.
Look at the face. The face is all screwed up. You can tell that's AI. Like here, It look like the wrinkles look fake. These like the wrinkles in the forehead, the wrinkles under the eyes all look fake. It all looks way too airbrushed and like here it looks way too smooth. Yeah, like for us, we can tell. Like we are, sort of on the front lines of witnessing AI deepfakes like this, so we can see it. But for an older woman who has been bedridden, who may not be familiar with it, will not recognize how the shape of like the texture of the skin looks off, and the shape and texture of the hands looks off. Like she recognize that because we see it all the damn time, and so we can recognize it.
It up.
Oh.
I also noticed the scammer used hospital photos of Tyler a lot, which I thought was weird until I realized
This is the
hospitals
scam.
were a common subject between them. And it was a way to make Deirdre feel not so alone, because in their emails, Deirdre mentions the hospital and her disability constantly. Quote, "My challenge is that I'm a quadriplegic. I cannot use my hands. I don't have any other IDs with my up-to-date photo on it. Such are the issues of quadriplegics."
And look what the subject matter of the email was. Payment via PayPal. I gotta fix in with the app people, but it's gonna take a few days. Sorry for the delay. The photo on my ID and my face has changed, as I told you. I don't have any other IDs. Hopefully you can bear with me for a couple of days. Oh, God.
Quadriplegics. How's that for the errant quadriplegic finger getting involved when it's not supposed to hit send yet? So the scammer was relating to her with AI-generated hospital photos of Tyler. They also used AI-generated audio of Tyler as well, trying to comfort her.
"I know things feel heavy right now, but I'm here. We'll get through this together, step by step. You're not alone, and I love you more than words can say.
Oh, you scumbag piece of shit!
And look, I know those of you who are on the younger side, maybe you wonder who could possibly fall for this. But before you ask that, you should know these scams are not quick and they're not actually simple. The scam started when Deirdre joined a Tyler Hines fan club on Facebook, where dozens of scammer accounts were waiting. And from here, Deirdre was emailed by a Hallmark management account who tells Deirdre that they're offering special backstage access to actors for a license fee and wanted to know if Deirdre was interested. She said yes.
Wait, hang on. So, okay. Lifespan of 6 months. Lifespan of 1 year, 2 years, lifetime. Oh, God. Yeah, like scams like these, they run these scams for years. If you remember that the Brad Pitt scam with the UK woman, she was like having her quote unquote affair with Brad Pitt. Because remember, she actually divorced her husband and I think stole their life savings because she thought that she was with Brad Pitt. So she actually divorced her husband thinking she was going to be getting with Brad Pitt, but it was actually a scammer the entire time. And this developed over the course of like 2 years. So this is unlike the traditional, India phone scams where the refund scams maybe it can last a day, couple days, weeks, depending on the scam bait, or it can last a couple months. These, they actually have to build up a relationship, and thus it literally does take years to build up this level of trust. And throughout those multiple years, the scammer is getting the victim. Like they'll say, "Oh, I'm in the hospital, and it's gonna be $2,000 for me to get this exam." And oh my goodness, my insurance, there's a problem with my insurance, they won't cover me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And they get the victim to send them $2,000 to cover this emergency medical procedure that they suddenly their Hollywood money can't cover. But by that time, they've integrated themselves into the victim's life so much that they've actually endeared themselves to the victim. The victim honestly doesn't think twice about sending them this kind of money because they prey upon those that are lonely. This woman was lonely, and thus she's the perfect target, because this is exactly who they prey upon, is that people that are alone, that they don't have anyone, that and they can, all they want is just someone to talk to. And now they're not only getting someone to talk to, they're getting someone who tells them, I love you. You're the most wonderful woman in the world. I think you're beautiful. And they're presenting themselves as these gorgeously handsome men. It's like it's a match made in hell. Unfortunately.
To actors for a license fee and wanted to know if Deirdre was interested. She said yes, she's interested in connecting with Tyler, but before she could join, she was asked to sign an NDA, which sounds official, right? Businesses use NDAs. But of course, this wasn't Hallmark movies at all. This was still the scammer, and the point was to lower the chance of friends and family.
Yeah, like, take note. Take note of the email address. This is supposedly the company Hallmark movies. And they're like, this is, unfortunately, she didn't catch this. She notes when that someone's trying to pretend to be a business like this, hallmarkmanagement.co@gmail. No major corporation would ever use a general consumer email service like Gmail. They have their own servers, they have their own emails. And that's why if you ever receive an email that looks like it's official from a company of some sort, if it ends in, typically speaking, they'll use Gmail, but if they use like Gmail, Hotmail, Outlook, if a major corporation supposedly is emailing you and it ends with Gmail, Hotmail, Outlook, basically a consumer email address, it's fake. Every time it's fake, because corporations actually have their own servers. They actually have their own email accounts with their company as the email client. So they have their own email clients, and the scammers use Gmail, but they'll throw this in at the beginning of it to make it look like it's official.
Which sounds official, right? Businesses use NDAs. But of course, this wasn't Hallmark movies at all. This was still the scammer. And the point was to lower the chance of friends and family finding out about the scam because she might feel that she's not allowed to tell them. Deirdre complied and explained this, quote, "Believe me, I have no interest in anyone becoming aware of this agreement." Now, Deirdre being disabled and unable to work, she didn't have enough money to pay for the license agreement up front because she was on disability fixed income. She told this to the scammer, and they put her on a payment plan of $500 a month. Deirdre replied, "It's very expensive. I budgeted down to the penny for $500 a month. I am not this financially savvy. That doesn't leave me much for huge extras." Deirdre even asked for a discount on the license towards the end of her life, as she realized she probably wouldn't have enough time left to fully pay it off. And she asked if your group can see it in your heart to give me some sort of discount on the rest of this balance. The scammer responded, "We apologize, but we can't make any discounts." So I want you to understand, Deirdre did not think that Tyler Hines fell in love with her from a photo or just messaged her online for no reason. She thought she had signed up for a legitimate fan club access program. And within that secret program, they fell in love over time, which she couldn't talk about because she had signed an NDA. And the whole time, she maintained that access by paying a fee. And speaking of that fee, here's where we're going to first trace the Bitcoin payments which Deirdre made. Lucky for us, she recorded the transaction hashes over email, and so they weren't deleted. But following the money, it looks pretty quickly like they go straight to a deposit address for an offshore exchange, which without government investigatory powers, we're kind of stuck here. And the same is true of Telegram, the messaging app, because we have their Telegram ID, but like nothing else, nothing that gives us a name. And that's basically all we have. We have an
This is where I wish groups like Anonymous were still around. Like white hats, anonymous white hats that were basically that's people like Coffee could call a lot and go, listen, these people got scammed. This woman died getting scammed, and we want justice. And get, if we had like a white hat group similar to Anonymous that could go, cool, we're in, and they can just go to fucking town. I really wish a group like that existed.
email handle. We've got some pictures, AI generated, some Bitcoin payments, and a Telegram account. Like I said, I didn't think it would go very far here. This is standard for romance scams. There's almost nothing to go on. And from here, it was pretty much straight to plan B, the catfishing. I didn't have a lot of other ideas. And my plan was to use the scammers' own greed against them, but with a little help from another YouTuber. A friend of mine, he does some like scam busting stuff. He's done some stuff before where he'll send some websites where they're gonna get crypto if they put in some information. And like one of the steps they have to do is they have to activate their webcam. And you know, sometimes websites will say that and people will just do it. You know, they're so desperate to kind of get the Bitcoin. Now, if you don't know, I'm talking about the YouTuber Kitboga, who's a famous scam catcher who does this all the time and catfishes these scammers.
This is so you won't bother my family again. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving?
Luckily for me, he agreed to help us and lend us some of his scam catching tools. And so here was plan B in a nutshell. First, Aaron would send the scammer a picture of a fake Bitcoin receipt posing as her mother, who the scammer still believed was still alive. We would...
God, does he put him in maze? Oh, please, dear God, tell me he puts him in the maze. Kitboga and his team, or Kitboga, I mispronounced the name, Jesus. Kitboga actually like compiled like a digital maze for scammers that try and get Bitcoin in this way. They will literally spend months or even a year trying to get this Bitcoin, and he fucks with them so hard. They're literally rats in a maze. And it is glorious to behold. Please tell me he put them through the maze.
Tell him that it was a lump sum payment for the rest of the license.
That's the problem.
It would have a unique code that when the scammer entered it on the special website, we would know it had to be them because no one else had the code, and then we would grab their IP. And that was just phase one, which honestly went perfect. Within moments, already the first IP log came in. It was from America, and then 4 more came in from Nigeria, which honestly isn't surprising because Nigeria is one of the romance scam capitals of the world. And finally, it geolocates.
Okay, I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. I was not expecting Nigeria to be a romance scam capital. Okay, no, me neither. Well, like, the Nigerian prince thing is different. That one is just pure money. We're talking about romance scams here. I was not expecting it to be, yeah, Moose, you called it. You fucking called it. Good on ya. I was not expecting this. That, legitimately, I did not think that they did the romance scams. But okay.
Us to the rough area we should be expecting here. But honestly, it's really not enough, though, either. We still don't have a name. We have really nothing except a general location. So here's where we went to phase 2, the unmasking. For this, Kitboga had created a human verification CAPTCHA system.
So once a scammer is on the page trying to claim their Bitcoin, they have to face a CAPTCHA to prove they're human, right? But this is not like any other CAPTCHA they've done before. It's like the number of bees in this picture. Honestly, it's just a 50-50 shot on whether or not they're going to get the answer right, so sometimes they do it again and again and again. They also have to hand draw things like this rat.
Now, in a certain kind of way, this is kind of genius design because it makes the scammer feel like they're making progress on getting their Bitcoin, because up next comes the hardest part, the toughest ask. The scammer is asked to prove they're human by turning on their camera. It's the final challenge before they'd unlock their Bitcoin. And this was a big moment because, again, the scammer has to voluntarily do this. No one can turn on their camera for them. So I wasn't honestly holding my breath. I thought there's no way until Kitboga sent me a photo.
They're stupid.
No way.
There's the bad guy.
He actually gave us photos and videos, multiple videos of himself. And I immediately wanted to show it to Deidre's children, Aaron, and at this point, her brother had joined Duncan as well, and I wanted to let them know we had found their mother's scammer. This is also when I asked them if they wanted to take it a step further. This is what his face looks like.
What could they do?
This is the guy. That's the guy who stole $13,000 from your mother.
Crazy.
It's insane.
What you guys want to do from here? We're gonna probably call him and confront him, and we can 3-way you in if you want to say something to this person, if you want to confront them. If not, that's totally fine.
Well, first thank you. Like, that's amazing what you've done. And the fact that you took our email cold and really put like so much effort into this.
Here, okay, we're, without there yet, shit. I hope to God that law enforcement action can be taken. I hope to God they can try and take some kind of law enforcement action, because otherwise, this call is going to be more heartbreaking than anything. Because all the scammer's going to do is laugh. That's all the scammer is just going to laugh at him and go, "You got my face. So what? Big fucking deal. I got your money, and I'm going to continue to scam thousands upon thousands of more people, and there's nothing you can do about it because I'm here and you're there." Interpol's not going to do a thing, Jeff. Interpol's not going to do a thing. That's one reason why, like in the early days of Scammer Payback, I stopped watching them, because all they did was just waste the scammer's time and didn't really do anything. And it breaks my heart that that's what's going to happen now, this time. That nothing's going to happen. They're going to call him and confront him. Maybe he's just going to laugh at him and say, "Too fucking bad." Maybe he's just going to babble some excuse, but he's not going to care. He's a piece of shit scammer that should be fed head first into a fucking wood chipper. No, feet first. Make it last longer. He should be fed to a fucking wood chipper. This guy destroyed or played with a fucking bearable aging woman's heart. And then stole fucking money from her up until the point she fucking died. And he doesn't care. He's fucking inhuman. He's a fucking creature. He's not gonna fucking care. And that's the thing that I'm really about to hate, because I just fucking know none of this is gonna matter. That he's already got God knows how many other lonely women on the fucking hook that he's taking advantage of and is toying with their hearts and driving them into fucking bankruptcy. I want Kitboga to fucking destroy him with viruses. I want him to destroy every piece of technology, and I want them to something. Fucking something, because it won't be enough.
It's like, sincerely thank you. Because it was... Our mother wouldn't have put it down, and she would be very proud that you were able to figure this out and unmask this person. So just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
Yeah, seriously, thank you.
Number two, yes, would love the opportunity to say something to the scammer.
All right, this is where we get to phase 3 of the Unmask. I didn't think it would make it this far, to be honest, so I was kind of flying blind, but my basic plan was to let Aaron speak to her mother scammer, and then also my dream goal was to get this guy's government ID so we could report him to the proper authorities with a name and an address.
It's fucking Nigeria. They won't do a goddamn thing about him. He's probably on their fucking payroll already. Just like fucking India, Nigeria's GDP is based upon their scam industry. Not a fucking thing is gonna happen. And that's what pisses me off about this. The countries these scammers operate are some of the most disgusting, corrupt shitholes on the face of the planet. They don't care. They actually count on the scammers to fund their own fucking government. They will not do a thing to that. So unless you're planning on contacting an authority outside of Nigeria that will actually do something, which they won't, getting his government ID and contacting authorities will not do a thing. And it never will.
The idea was to let the scammer think he was really close to getting all this new money. But I would tell him, look, before we can release the rest of it, your account is frozen pending an KYC review. And here's how that went.
Well, and Craven, to your answer, we don't see Coffee doing these kinds of things very often. He said at the beginning of this video, he usually doesn't take this kind of case because of the nature of it. So typically speaking, Coffee deals with crypto scams, which is regulated by the federal government in the US. So that's typically Coffee's wheelhouse, not romance scams like this. So it's because there's so very little he can do. My guess is he is just trying to seek closure for the families. That's my feeling as to why he did this, is he's just trying to get these families some closure on what was done. Give the families the opportunity to voice their frustrations and at least do at least do a token report to the authorities to basically say we did something. That's my suspicion why he took this case and why they're doing this.
Here's how that went.
Hello, welcome to my coin. How can I help you?
Yes. Yes, he's still in the maze. Kitboga's still got him in the maze. He's pretending to be the Bitcoin customer service. Okay. I'm starting to feel a teeny bit better now.
Hello?
Yeah, hello? Are you there?
Hello? Yeah, because I'm calling concerning a pending withdrawal of my wallet.
Okay, excellent. I can help you with that. Can I start with your name?
The glasses are on!
Okay, I'm David.
He's got the glasses on!
Sorry, you said your name is David?
Hang on. I don't want to obstruct either of these two, particularly Kitboga, so I will hang out right here.
Okay, David, and can I verify there should be a 6-digit PIN on your dashboard? Can you verify that for me?
Okay, that is 415331.
Okay, 1 second.
I'm muted right now. He's so good at this.
Excellent. I have your account pulled up. What seems to be the problem?
Okay, I'm trying to make withdrawal to an external wallet. Going through still pending.
Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes, Moose, sometimes he does use a voice changer. Sometimes he will use a modulator where he'll pitch his voice, but he'll modulate the sound so it's his own natural voice. Like he'll pitch it lower, like if he's trying to sound like an old man, and he'll modulate it so it sounds scratchy, like the connection is bad. So that will not only is he naturally lowered his voice, but he's also creating artificial background to disguise his voice. With this particular one, he's using a voice changer to up the pitch of his voice. He's using a bass voice changer it's not like the voice changer I use, where it's a completely different voice. He's simply using more of a modulator. So he's upping the pitch on the software that he's running through. So he tangentially sounds like he might be a woman on this one. It's not the same as what I'm using. Like, I'm using a full-on voice changer with a full RVC voice, so my voice is completely different from what it normally is. He's just simply, and if Wraith was here, Wraith would probably be just tisming like fucking crazy because this is Wraith's bag. But he's basically just wanting, he's essentially only adjusting the pitch of his microphone input, and that's it. So if he adjusted the pitch down to 0, he'd sound like himself. And so what Kitboga is doing is basically just up the slider on the pitch for his audio input to give him the current sound that he has. But then he can also modulate it lower. He can also add background artifact to further disguise his voice in other scam baits that he does.
To make withdrawal to an external wallet. Going through still pending.
Okay, so it looks like because it's an external wallet, I have to transfer you to my manager. If you hold on just 1 second, I'll place you in a brief hold, and then I'll put you on with my manager, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I'm trying to make a withdrawal to my external wallet. It's showing pending on my dashboard.
Hello, yes. This is Mr. Coffee. How's it going? What do you need today?
Getting this on poor Coffee. Oh, poor Coffee. Coffee doesn't do this. You have to remember, Coffee doesn't do this. He's not a scam baiter. He doesn't realize. Kitboga probably was probably like face palming like fucking crazy too.
I'm trying to make a withdrawal to my external wallet.
Yes, okay. All right, yes, I am seeing that. And unfortunately, before we can release the rest of the funds, we have to do a know your customer verification that requires a short ID upload, and then we can release the rest of the funds. That is just per our protocol. I know you've done some kind of a webcam or something. I don't know if you have an ID you can provide, and we can release the rest of the funds.
Oh, he just
We hung
I
up.
don't know if he can do things on the phone while he's also going on the internet or whatever.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. Just have. We'll wait for him to call back. I'm gonna. Oh my gosh. I think we're gonna get this whole.
Yes, you're talking about. They made a film about it. I think it was called Black Klansman. It was a real life story about a black police officer in the LAPD, I believe, that stumbled across talking to a clan, this back in the 60s and 70s, and somehow he was able to get on the phone with a clan group, and he sounded white, and they thought he was white, and he facilitated a sting operation. But I think it was called Black Klansman was the movie that they made about this true story about this black police officer getting in with the Klan simply just using his telephone voice. And thank you, Mose, for the tier 1.
Holy.
Mr. Coffee? You said your name was Mr. Coffee?
I froze!
Yeah.
You're lucky I didn't say Coffeezilla. I was freaking out.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I wasn't the perfect catfisher. It was one of my first tries. But look, honestly, it worked to my
See, that's
giant
what I mean.
shock.
This is not
and
his
while
thing.
we were waiting for him to upload his ID, we decided to get Aaron on the line to set up the final confrontation. And that's when we got it.
Here, let me call her real quick.
Do you want to wait until he uploads the ID? Because
Yeah. I'll see.
Well, you can talk to her.
She can set it up right now. Yeah, I'm calling her right now.
Okay.
You got him.
Hey, so we're on the phone with him. We're trying to get his ID uploaded, and anyway, he hung up while he was trying to upload his ID. Can you see if you can set up a Discord account real quick? Because that would be the easiest way for us to patch you in.
You got it. Give me one second.
Oh my gosh, we got his ID.
It looks just like him.
That's
Right?
Oh my gosh.
That's nuts.
No way.
It looks just like him.
No, they got it.
That's so
But what
good.
can they do with it?
Oh my gosh, this is
We got
insane. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, he's.
Honestly, what would be more tempting? What would be more tempting? And I'm not saying that anyone should do this. Okay? Not saying that anyone should do this because this is illegal. But true justice would be to take that information they just got, maybe just accidentally drop it into a hacker server, going, oops, we found this ID. Oh, I'm so sorry. How could I be so careless? Because they could have a lot of fun with that. Yeah, it may be bad, but it's not. But it's far less bad than what this guy did. Well, I'm not breaking TOS. I'm not breaking TOS because I prefaced it by saying it's illegal and should not be done. But I'm sorry This guy scammed a severely disabled woman all the way up until her death for $15,000. This person deserves no mercy. He deserves absolutely no mercy. He preyed upon a disabled woman. If a bunch of hackers just happened to acquire all of his personal information and of their own accord decided to fuck with this guy's life in every conceivable way and make him miserable for the rest of his natural life, I won't feel sorry for him. Let me put that way. Oh, Zeb, I think you might be surprised. You get a whole bunch of personal biometric data, you might be surprised what hackers could do with that. And again, I'm not advocating for it, but if something like that were to happen, I certainly wouldn't be upset and might get a little bit of a giggle out of it.
He's going to call back in a second. We're going to keep him on hold. Download Discord and send me, you have to create an account, send me your ID and we'll patch you in.
I truly could not believe it. I don't know if you can see in the video, but my hands were shaking. I've censored out his full personal details for YouTube, although to be clear, it was not censored, and we have given the full ID to the proper authorities. And from here, we've gotten everything I dreamed of. There's really nothing left to do but hand it off to Erin and let her finish the job however she wanted.
Hello, this is Mr. Coffee. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, I'm speaking with David. I hope he's the manager.
Oh, David, yes, this is the manager. It looks like actually we have a flag on your account. Hold on, I have to pass it to the vice president here. Actually,
here we go.
She's in charge of anti-scam prevention. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna patch her in real quick.
Hey, David?
Yeah.
David, are you there?
Hey, David.
Or should we call you
Yeah,
Tyler
I'm here.
Hines, David? Because we've seen your extensive messaging impersonating Mr. Tyler Hines. And we see here you've actually defrauded a woman in the United States who is a quadriplegic bed-bound individual out of more than $15,000 just prior to her death. How do you feel about that, David?
I don't understand.
No,
Yes,
you
you do.
understand. You've been messaging and impersonating an actor and defrauding a woman who literally can't even do anything in her life beyond use her phone, can't give herself a drink of water. And you have pressured her and antagonized her into giving you money for almost the last 2 years. You tell her you pray for her, David. I pray for you.
I'm an agent. I'm an agent.
David, you're not an agent.
Uh-huh.
You're
Can you
lying.
hear me? I just provided my ID. I'm an agent.
And what is your agency doing besides extorting and frauding vulnerable folks?
He's being much calmer than I would be.
That is not true.
Then what are you doing, David?
I was sent to receive a payment. I'm actually an agent.
Okay. And if you're saying someone sent you and you're not the person responsible, who is?
Sir, I can't disclose that.
Well, if you're not willing to disclose who you're working for and what you're doing, then it's you taking responsibility for defrauding a woman who is literally on her deathbed.
I never did that.
Yes, you
I
did.
didn't do any of that.
Yes, he
You
did.
wouldn't have the information that you would, and you wouldn't be calling us here if it wasn't you, man. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
No,
Good,
you don't.
because I do too. And God does not look kindly on people who do what you do to vulnerable people. So if you want to get right with God, you should probably start by being honest.
Oh, he didn't like that. He just hung up.
There he goes. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was about what I expected. I expected him to lie and dance around it. He didn't sound repentant at all. He doesn't care. He does not care. He doesn't believe in God. But again, I know why Coffee did this. It was to offer her daughter the opportunity for closure to confront this scammer. who scammed her mother until she died. And I appreciate the humanity of Coffee giving her that opportunity. To me, it's not enough. For her, it might be. And I hope that this was enough for her to find her closure. I really do hope that she was able to find her closure. For me, I'm a vindictive bitch for something like this. For stuff like this, I am a vindictive bitch. I would chase someone to the gates of fucking hell to make them pay for doing this to my mother. If someone did this to my mother, I would go fucking berserk. I would not, I don't think that I would be able to exercise the level of control that this woman did. And bless her for it. She has a remarkable level of control to be able to talk to him in such a calm way. I'm very impressed I'm very impressed with her, with that she was able to be cool like that. I don't think I would have been because shit like this gets me very emotional. And that's why it's very difficult for me to watch these type of scam baits where nothing happens. Because I get so hyper emotional about shit like this.
Was I too intense? I'm sorry, guys.
No. Maybe it's exactly whatever you needed to say.
It was your moment. A great job. I thought you handled that beautifully.
You obviously struck a chord at the end there. As soon as you said he better get right with his God, he hung up. So
yeah. Jeez, you guys, this is absolutely insane. Your work that you put into this, I can't thank you enough.
Well, there you go. Honestly, she was so calm and collected
Garrett.
while confronting this guy, even as he spun up these excuses. And I want to mention that despite claiming he wasn't the guy, not only did she get multiple missed calls from the scammer on Telegram after that, she texted me soon after, quote, "He just erased all of the Telegram messages. I think he connected the dots."
Make sure you export the most recent Telegram accounts. That's the first thing he's gonna do is try to delete all that.
Oh, I just got 3 missed calls from Mr. Tyler Hines on my mom's phone.
Just now?
Really?
Yep.
So yeah, that's even more evidence that it was the same guy on the phone and on Telegram because these were just moments apart. But from here, my honest hope is that the police now can connect the dots as well and finish the job. These romance scams are a blight on our society, and even though they're incredibly lucrative and hard to catch, I'm really proud that we unmasked this guy for Erin, not only for her, but so the next time someone is scamming a quadriplegic mother, they'll think twice and wonder, who exactly is on the other end of this call?
Yes, hello. This is Zilla Payment Solutions. No relation to that guy. This is actually Mr. Kitboga.
Van Stryker, Kit would have fried his computer. Kit would have gained access to his computer, and he would have uploaded a bunch of viruses and absolutely destroyed his computer. That's what Kitboga would have done. It's kind of what I was hoping would happen, but